These photos inspired me to design these cards. This style is not new, but it didn't stop me. First, I draw the templates, or they can be printed from the internet. I start with the outline of a heart-shaped leaf. And then on each side I draw cuts, giving the recognizable shape of the leaf. On cardboard, I draw outline with a pen of a darker color, since pencil is hardly visible. It is most convenient to cut out with nail scissors. In places where there's an internal tone, such roughness remains on the back side. I didn't want them to be on the front side, so I leave the one on which the outline is. I cut out the inside holes with a knife. Next, I press through the veins along which the leaf will be folded. This can be done with a non-writing pen or with an ordinary pen, having previously sealed its tip with tape. To give the leaf a rounded shape, it's best to place it on a soft surface and roll it out with a round object, as if you were rolling out dough. I also made the base of the card from cardboard. I mark a rectangle 21 by 15 centimeters. And in the center I press through the fold line. And this is a must. Otherwise, there will be creases on the cardboard. I advise you to take a light base, so that the card can be signed inside. On a dark background, it will be problematic. Next, I mark 4 strips, 18 mm wide. I divide each strip into 3 parts of 4, 5 and 10 mm. Before cutting out, I press through these 4 lines. 2 strips will be 10.5 cm long and the other 2 will be 15 cm. They will form a frame, and for this you need to cut off corners at an angle of 45 degrees. I do this only on a large segment. Here's what you should get. Glue the strips on double-sided tape. It holds the paper firmly and doesn't leave stains like glue. About the corners. Initially, I attached them like this, using regular glue and a small piece of cardboard. But it wasn't reliable, even super glue didn't help. And therefore, I'll show you, using the example of another card, how it's most effective. I apply a drop of hot glue, press down and immediately remove the excess. I wait until the glue hardens. And here I apply glue on a piece of cardboard and put it under the corner. I cut small strips from the rest of the paper. I'll glue some of the leaves with the help of them. Here I use super glue, but PVA glue is better for gluing paper. I'll use it in the future. Now I can glue the leaves, but first I lay out where which ones will be placed. I glue on a volumetric double-sided tape. As needed, you can add or remove stems of the plants. I needed to cut out more leaves, and some of them are incomplete. This will add realism. I also glue the frame so that it doesn't stick out. The next card will be with clover. This is the first postcard I've made, so I already had some blanks. I picked up 3 colors that are close in shade. This detail is not striking, but it is that sets the tone for the card. I've divided the clover into 3 parts, which will be at different levels. In this frame, I made these bridges. Plants are on 3 levels, but the top one is just slightly above the height of the frame. You can make the frame higher so that the leaves are inside. Now I'll show you how to make an Oxalis template. I draw a circle of the desired diameter. I mark a point anywhere and from it 2 more on the sides. In this case, the compass is always turned to the same length, the radius of the circle. We got 1/3 of the circle. I fold it in half, focusing on one of the lines. On the second line, I fold 1/6. Flip it over and fold it again. You should get 1/6 of the circle. For convenience, I draw a line, and I begin to draw half of the leaf. You can draw from any side. The main thing is to leave the place where leaves are held in the center. I cut it out, and this is what we get. Exactly the same scheme for clover. You just need to change the shape of the leaf. And here is the palm leaf, diagonally folded square. I draw around the leaf shape and near the place of the fold the stem. and the leaves themselves, starting with the smallest. After you transfer the drawing to cardboard, it is most convenient to cut out this leaf shape with a sharp knife. First, I make cuts between the leaves along the stem, and then the leaves themselves. But even the cardboard leaf needs to be strengthened. Therefore, I cut thin strips from the scraps, which I glue to the stems on the back of the leaves. And after drying, they will keep their shape. Don't forget to add volume as you would to the monstera leaf. Or you can make a template of only half of the leaf and just flip it over. I think I'll come back to this project and make a couple of variations and additions. I will tell about them next time.